Welcome back, everybody. It's time again for Group C. We're going to our second match of the night. It's going to be between Soulkey and skyhigH. There's skyhigH himself. Sky, more famous for his Brood War runs. Now, the only times we've seen this guy were in Season 1 and Season 3 of Code A, dropping out both times in round of 48.
Round of 48. So.
I did actually cast both of those games, but they're so lost in my memory. I don't even really remember.
Well, they're so long ago, and they're like, it's like the start of the season, like the first matches of the rounds. Like, I guess it's hard to remember. I can't blame you for that, Wolf.
Yeah.
But he's made it this far. Let's see how far he can go in today's group. I think it's his best chance up against Soulkey. The other two players would probably be pretty damn favored against him. But yeah, I mean, Soulkey's kind of in a similar position right now, leaving his team, being kind of MIA for a while now.
Yeah, definitely true. skyhigH doesn't look nervous, but he almost looks like, I don't know, like he's somewhere else right now. I hope he can get himself in the zone here.
The most relevant statistic I could find of skyhigH in recent times was he did qualify in the online qualifier. He did beat Biol, which is going to help him for this matchup.
Not a bad result. I remember that actually as well, looking at those qualifier brackets.
Yep. And Soulkey?
Soulkey, man. This guy is actually the runner-up of last season's HOT6 Cup. He lost to Rain in the grand finals. That was a long time ago, though. That was a year ago. You can see he made it the round of 8 in Season 2 of Code S. And, of course, last season of Code S, he was in the round of 16. So a bit of a tough time. He also had some other results that were just not so great overall. And some tournaments he played in, you know, some individual leagues, as well as Pro League results towards the end were not as strong as they were at the start.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, he did end up beating GOMTV, Dream, and Sorry, the most relevant results of recent times, to qualify for this tournament. So he's been pretty alright against Terrence in this online qualifier. Let's see if he can do it today against a much more prepared opponent.
So we're going to have to wait and find out. Map number 1, Dead Wing. So, depending on spawns, this could be a map where we see, you know, a lot of early aggression out of skyhigH. Some, you know, fast counter-attack potential from Soulkey, or a bit of a longer map where attacks are a little bit more difficult to execute. Mutalisks are important. And, of course, you're always going to want to have your Banelings out.
You're always going to have your Muties and Banelings, that's for sure, Wolf. Very well said there. And yeah,
Mike, you always want to make drones.
Yeah, you always want to make drones.
It's Dead Wing, so you got to get those Overlords out. All right, guys, game number 1 between these players. We got to test their form right here, right now. Ooh, in the purple for CJ Antis, the darkest horse.
CJ Antis, skyhigH.
Way up there, man.
Way up there in the sky, where no one can see him. It's where he's been all this time.
And to the top right in red, former SKT, currently teamless.
Soulkey.
Soulkey.
He has expressed interest in joining a foreign team. If you're a foreign team manager, you're watching this. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But don't pick him up just yet. Wait till we see him play today.
Yep. Give him a chance. Sit back and watch.
Yep. It's time to see how good he is. He is one of the top Zergs in career, and he has been for quite some time now. Very surprised that he actually ended up leaving SKT. But I mean, well, seems like a lot of people this year have kind of desired to join a foreign team.
2 Barracks proxy.
Yep, 2 Barracks. Why not? It did great work against Su yesterday.
Speaking of the SKT diaspora, only Rain has really found some success in that. Of course, Parting left a bit before, so I don't really count him in that. But hopefully Fantasy can figure something out. He is going to see this Barracks. Yep. Yes, he is. Sees the edge of it.
He knows exactly what's up here.
All he needs to know.
15 hatches down, but he's going to make a 14 pool here, which is going to be very, very important. He's going to get Zergs out pretty early on, but it's all going to come down to the micro more than anything else. So very, very nice response. Great scout with the Overlord.
That's very important.
Very fortunate scout with the Overlord.
Also keep in mind that skyhigH didn't see the Overlord himself. He didn't have vision of that, so he doesn't know that he's been scouted yet.
That's also a very important thing.
Knowing that you've been scouted alters your build quite a bit, but not knowing means that you think you're unscouted.
Yeah, and he sees the SCV. SCV's going to go in and scout the pool timing usually, and I think he will. Nope. He's going to be pretty confident because it is going to be a hatch first, so he's like, okay, I will just go for that bunker the moment that Marine comes out.
Yeah, he hit the drone to make sure that he gets that SCV poked at least once.
Ooh, very far back here, but a great position.
Yeah. Yeah, here comes that first Marine. And the positioning is so nice because it's so tough to surround that SCV with your drones in this spot.
That is a real pain. There's going to be 3 Marines out here, so his drones are going to have to retreat. He's going to have to wait for Zerglings. 6 Zerglings on the way there. Oh, he's actually going to commit to this, and I don't know about that.
Now he's way too far away, and even if he tries to kill the Marines that are spawning, he's going to lose a lot of mine time and, you know, potentially eventually all of those drones. Second bunker can now definitely go up until those lings come down, and they're not ready yet. He lost so much mining time with this. That spine collar is going to have to be canceled.
At the very least, the drones can come from behind, stop the Marines from going into the bunker, but the Zerglings are just a little too slow. And this overlook could actually get picked up as well if the Marines want to commit to it. They will have to go around the other side there.
Look at this Marine micro here from skyhigH. He's actually doing some juking and jiving, gets another drone down here. No cancel on that bunker. He's microing those Marines, but still, he's got SCVs. He can continue to push forward. That spine collar is getting closer to being finished, but the worker count's already down to 12, and so many of his drones are not mining, mind you.
Yeah, he's going to try and go to surround on the Marines here before they get in the bunker.
Yeah, it just isn't going to happen. 2 Zerglings get targeted down right away, and he's pooling up units here so those units can't catch reinforcements. Spine collar's done, but is not in range of the bunker. He's going to have to reroute and move that. And this is a tough choice for skyhigH here. He's going to have to actually bring all of his Marines up. There's a lot of Zerglings to protect. That bunker is so close to being done. And if he can get those Marines in there, that spine is not going to be able to stick around too long.
Oh, it finishes. Yeah, he's going to have to pull that back now. He cannot trade. Looks like he's going to try and commit to it, though. He's going to lose a lot of Zerglings and possibly the spine.
Can he break? I think he can break this, and he can surround these Marines. Maybe no. He pulls out right in time. Still going to get the surround. And it's hard to say who got really the better into this with all the lost mining time, and now he's down to 12 drones.
Yeah, he does have a bit of a deficit in workers, that's for sure. 12, 13 drones.
Oh, he's going to sneak these Marines by, too, into that bunker, and now he's going to actually have that good high ground position.
It's kind of gross, yeah. You might want to just camp the barracks at this point.
I think that's the best choice. I think skyhigH might want to just lift and get out.
Yep. Soulkey has some catching up to do, but he's in not a bad position here. Not the worst position.
And ring around the bunker here for, or rather, ring around the barracks for a second. And yeah, I guess he's just going to keep doing it. He knows that no more reinforcement lings can get down as long as he's on top of that with his bunker here. Second spine, he makes it, I guess, just in case there's like a big follow-up attack, so that Marines can't run by.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing of all. Yeah.
I don't know if he absolutely needs it, but I think it's a cool, safe thing to do.
It is a good safety spine, and I mean, it's going to give him more time to just drone up, which he really has to do at this point because he knows that skyhigH is making SCVs, getting that second CC in the main.
He actually sent his links to the wrong location, too, because he didn't know what the spine location was. He sent cross, and now he's sending them down here, which gives, you know, a little bit less time that skyhigH has to spend repairing those depots.
Yeah, and there's enough Marines out here to kind of deal with the Zerglings on the map too. So, I mean, Soulkey is going to harass the supplies, and the Marines are going to come back and kind of clean everything up.
Yeah. In fact, he's barely going to have to repair those depots at all.
Yeah, that's 2 CCs actually in the main. So, yeah, skyhigH is powering up here. He's going to have that eco lead for sure, and he does already. So, not looking too bad here for skyhigH to start things off, but, you know, Soulkey isn't in the most horrible position of all.
Yeah, I mean, total resources mined for skyhigH way higher too, with all the lost mine time. Again, that's something I really wish we had in Starcraft 2 in the Observing client. Maybe I should tweet about that. Maybe I should tell those people get that before we get the beta out. But because if you look at this, you see, oh, well, I mean, look, Soulkey's got more minerals per minute income, and he's up in harvesters, but he lost so much mining time, and he just made most of those drones, so he lost just so much time, so many mining seconds there.
Yeah, that is true.
You can't just see that by looking at the screen here.
That is a very hard sort of thing to kind of calculate there.
Yeah, to measure.
I'm kind of worried about these spines. Marines can go through the left side here, and there's not enough Zerglings out to kind of stop them. He will have to pull drones if he kind of wants to fight them at the spines. Bit of a gross position here, but it looks like he won't commit with the Marines. He doesn't know what's behind them, which is also an intelligent move.
Yeah, I mean, it could be some sort of weird rushed speed. He's not be able to get any scout in there at all, so better safe than sorry. Oh, we're going to have triple mules here in a second. Hellions are coming out. That depot got canceled. That's one small victory here. But the Marines are coming back. And in fact, he might end up being able to trap some of these Zerglings, depending on how greedy Soulkey is. If he actually keeps his lings all the way.
Yeah, they're 100% dead at this point. There is no hope for these Zerglings. We see an early Baneling Nest before any upgrades. So still, Soulkey wants to get defensive. He wants to get those 3 bases up safely and go into that more mid-game sort of style there. I'm sure he's going to go into Mutiling Bane, play that kind of style that he does very, very well. I'd be surprised if we see a Zergling all-in, especially because we see a lair on the way.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely going to stop that. But what do you think the best move for Soulkey is here? Does he try to just be greedy and try to keep as few banelings as possible, make more mutas?
Yeah, I think pretty much he just has to stabilize on 3 base. He has to get that 1 base up on Terran that every Zerg desires. And from there, like, go upgrades, go to Speed Banes, go to Mutalisks, and play that mid game, which is a lot better for Zerg.
Okay. Stim is halfway done. 1-1 upgrades massively ahead here for skyhigh as well. Might lose a Hellion. Oh, his Hellion buddy is going to come save him, or maybe not.
But
Marine's here.
Oh.
Smooth like butter, slides through those Zerglings.
Yeah, you got to be careful once there's 3 Hellions, because they will one-shot a ton of Zerglings.
Scans
everything, sees the Evo, so he knows it's not going to be an all-in here from this point. He knows that Soulkey is going to go for that macro game. And yeah, Soulkey puts down the Spire, going to go in that Mutiling Bane sort of style here.
I feel like seeing this for skyhigh, he's got to be pretty happy. He's like, wow, okay. Well, now I know for sure my upgrades are ahead.
Yeah.
I'm already ahead in economy for where Zerg would like to be in a normal ZVT.
He's also already started Armory, so he's going to just emphasize on his upgrades more than anything else because he knows how far ahead he is.
And on top of that, he's about to have a safe 3rd base landed and secured with better saturation, you know, than he would have on 2 base with all those mules he can drop. Pretty comfortable.
Very, very comfortable position for skyhigh. I mean, he just has to play a solid macro game. It is vertical spawn, so he can simply just push up the mid. He can take control of the watchtower, and from there, it's about kind of just eliminating all the creep tumors and pushing slowly into that 3rd base, which is very, very siegeable from the low ground.
Yeah. There's that 4th base coming down for Soulkey at the 13-minute mark to get that up and secure that. It's all from the point of contention in this matchup. Whether or not that Zerg can hold the 4th, needs those extra gases to continue producing those high-tech units. Just the gas units in general, you know, Mutalisks and Banelings, you know, the bread and butter.
8 gas is the dream for Zerg in just about every matchup.
Yeah.
Once you have 8 gas, you can afford the kind of the more late game sort of units and upgrades. And 8 mutas coming out here, 1-1, halfway done, only halfway. 2-2 is already on the way for skyhigh.
He's really pushing those upgrades out there.
I actually really like it. I think it's brilliant considering he saw the timing of those evolution chambers. He knows that this is a very, very clear advantage he has if he emphasizes on it.
With no Baneling speed, with 1-1 being done and combat shields about to finish, and all the Hellions he has to buffer here, Baneling count needs to be really high to hold this.
They will be Hellbats before anything happens, that's for sure. The moment he wants to turn them into, he can. Armory is done. There we go.
Yep. And
push begins. 2 medivacs are moving across the map at the same time.
Mutalisks come in, though, and they're going to try to buy some time and keep some reinforcements back, potentially. He's also got a Zergling counterattack potential as well. I don't think he can hold this 4th, but a lot of add-ons may go down here. The first reactor certainly will.
But what's more important, add-ons or this 4th base here? There's simply no way Link Bane are going to clean this up very efficiently. He gets rid of half the Hellbats, but still many more remain.
And sends some reinforcements back to deal with the Mutalisks. 2 reactors go down. That's pretty expensive. That's pretty annoying.
Oh,
but
look at that spread.
The spread is insane here.
Absolutely.
Will eventually be pushed back, I feel.
Maybe. Looks like he will, but I mean, he made Soulkey commit to a lot of Banelings.
Exactly. Less gas for more mutas.
Mutas should be able to clean this up. Ooh.
He didn't really quite get what he wanted there. He didn't trade badly, but he didn't kill the base, and you know he didn't get a ton of damage done him. You know, otherwise.
And I mean, from there the push kind of just stopped. Like I thought maybe a better way to do this would be just simply rally up to that watchtower and continue the assault from there. But I mean,
the Mutalisks didn't let him. You know, he was killing his add-ons. He had to send his reinforcements back to deal with those, and that's the lack of turrets at his production facilities that allowed the Mutalisks to do this.
We see Widowmines added as well, which is going to make things even harder for these Link Bane to defend by themselves.
Oh, these Baneling run-bys, though. It's a lot of speed Banes, and the wall's already down. He's just going to roll right in.
Yeah, this is cute. I like this a lot.
Let's see how quick skyhigh reacts.
If we're going to get a look at it.
No reaction whatsoever.
Oh!
Until it's too late.
12 SCVs go down for that, as well as a turret. And I mean, if he didn't actually attack move with that first Baneling, he could have probably got even more because the Baneling gave the warning to the Terran.
Exactly. Mule is still getting a lot of reinforcement damage done. And without that turret, he can kill even more SCVs on his way out.
8 Muta is doing some work here. I actually really like it. He's actually really found a good use for them. 13 SCVs now.
Base is up, the 4th base. Still doesn't have those gases up yet, but he's okay on that for now. Let's just pull up his minerals. His creep spread is being, you know, spread pretty quickly.
Got both of them as well. Both mines go down. Creep spread really needs to go out there more.
Yeah, he needs to push that on out there. I mean, it's a pretty thin spread right now, and it's not that far out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he even has creep queens at this point. Because I'm pretty sure the tombers have been cut off, so we cannot actually use them anymore. He needs to make actually more with the queens, which is the reason why we haven't seen more, but he has to get them down to at least the watchtower to kind of stop these pushes coming up like this.
Yeah. Because he never has to worry. He can always just fall back to the watchtower, get that vision, and then spread his units and have a good fight almost every time. Have we noticed that Soulkey has made a ton of lings and banelings? I think he wants to do a big attack.
He wants to, but I mean, he doesn't have to. Like, at this point, we don't see Soulkey kind of progressing in the tech. He is staying on Ling Muted Bane. We're seeing Thor starting to be added into the composition here, as well as 3-3 is on its way. 3-3 timing would do so much work against 2-2 Zergs.
Yep. I would be so careful about engaging on creep. Off creep, I think he's got a great chance, but on creep against this many banelings, Sky has to be so careful. There's about to be 40 banelings on the map, if I haven't miscounted.
Yeah, that is so many.
That's actually like true style.
Oh, look at this.
But actually, fight this with the Mutas, yeah, pick off those medevacs.
Oh, this would not be a good trade for the Mutas there. He has to get out of it. He shouldn't trade. Looks like he will, but he's going to lose a lot of Mutas to this.
I think you should just try to pick the medevacs off. I don't like fighting the Marines, but just get it on the edge there while those Lings were there. He lost like 6 Mutas for that.
Yeah, that was gross.
All right, 52 banelings, man.
I don't know about this engagement either. Off creep, mass banelings, and a lot of kiting from the Terran here.
And also, all those banelings are blowing up on the Thor. Not going to be a good trade. skyhigH could be very happy with this.
He is very, very happy. He was not expecting this kind of reckless attack here, and it gets cleaned up.
Soulkey seems to be just a bit, I don't know, just he's a bit off right now. Like he had fought those Marines with his Mulas. Now he's taking engagements off creep. Seems to be a bit vexed right now, and now these banelings are being canceled as they're not finished yet.
He should be canceling them, actually. They're not nearly done enough. And a lot of Zerglings coming out. This should be enough to kind of clean up the rest of this here.
Yeah, this will definitely push this back. But again, he's trading as best as he can against his expensive gas units. Needs to get those medevacs out, though. That would be too much to lose. And he did all of this right before 3-3. I almost feel like waiting for 3-3 could have allowed for a much stronger attack there.
Yeah, these Mutas are actually taking down the medevacs. And this great follow-up here. Soulkey trying to maintain a momentum here. Now that he's wiped off the initial Terran force, I mean, there is a way for Zergs to kind of just checkmate a Terran if they wipe out the main army and just keep attacking before production is up and running again, because that is one way to kill a Terran, is to get into their production with Zerglings, with Banelings. And
that's what he wants to do here. He's pushing his way forward. That fourth base isn't landed yet. He picks off almost yet another medevac, and the Baneling hits have been pretty decent. There's not enough anti-air here. I think he's got it.
Zerglings. I think he has too. He simply destroyed enough Terran here. The production is just not there for skyhigH.
Oh, there's SCVs!
Oh, he wants to get the natural SCVs now.
Yeah. He's pretty happy with hitting anything. He'd go kill Marines on the main for them either at this point.
Yeah, and
he's essentially won the game. More and more Lings running through.
Yeah, down 100 supply, and Soulkey's just not stopping at this point.
Yep, more and more Lings rallying across the map. Scans going down, and I think we're going to see a GG. The
scans go down, yep, GG. Very well played from Soulkey. Finally taking that engagement he wanted to. Looks like skyhigH just overcommitted there. Overcommitted on the fourth base, got wiped out. Was not expecting such a remax from Soulkey. And after a very ugly start as well.
Well, I feel like that game had a lot of mistakes by both players. There was a lot of weird action in those mid-game fights, and I think Soulkey overcommitted to the chase off creep, and I think skyhigH got excited by that. Maybe he thought he could actually just continue pushing forward and going through that. But unfortunately, he didn't quite have enough, so he overextended, and then Soulkey was ready. He had a ton of larvae, he was hitting his injects perfectly, and he had so many Lings that he could just follow up with and then overwhelm that. Because at the same time, skyhigH was trying to take that fourth base, so he was a bit spread, he was a bit out on the map, and Soulkey caught him and then just ended the game. Caught those reinforcements and controlled the natural. Then it ended from there.
Yeah, Soulkey not looking too happy with that one either. He's still very focused. He knows he could have very, very well lost that game. And Nib is going to be the second map here.
No question about this choice. I think it's a great one.
Yeah, it's a great Terran map. But I mean,
maybe see a little bit more actual, aggressive dropping into the bases rather than just attacking directly on this map.
They could have been actually last game as well. I mean, it wasn't a bad position for dropping. We just didn't see skyhigH really capitalize on that at all. And I think it definitely would have helped him out when he was moving out. biggest thing of all, I think, last game was simply not waiting for that 3-3. That was that makes such a big difference.
Yeah. You know, the meterless for Soulkey just made him, I feel, a bit too scared to drop, too. He got such a high meterless count so early. He was up to like 17 super early on. And, I mean, yeah, you can avoid them, you can circumvent them, but Sky just seemed like he wanted to take more aggressive engagements. Possibly, too, because the creep spread for Soulkey wasn't very far down the map, so maybe he felt, you know, confident to take those engagements there as well. Alrighty, guys. Game 2, skyhigH versus Soulkey on Nimbus, starting now. The bottom right.
CJ&2's skyhigH.
Give me no time for that one.
Just got it in.
Very focused.
Has to win this game. Should have won that last game.
Yeah, definitely very far ahead. The top right in teal, former SKT.
Soulkey.
Of course, before that, Woongjan. Stars. Now, I have to say, though, I was pretty impressed with skyhigH's play. He played pretty well.
He did play pretty well. He played from, I mean, he got ahead early on with the cheese, and he kind of maintained that.
Oh, Foreigner's wearing a Korea shirt and a HOT6 cup hoodie he's brought with him as well.
Oh, that is cool. I want one of them.
Maybe we can get you one.
Please do.
Get that shirt that he was wearing there in Insadong. Seen it there before.
Oh, nice. How about that? And looks like we're going to see CC first.
Yeah,
from skyhigH.
No question about that. CC first versus Hatch first on this map.
Yeah.
No brainer.
It's a no-brainer, and it's a good position here for skyhigH as well. Direct path straight to the natural. Will make it a little bit complicated in the mid-game for Soulkey. No doubt will want to go for mutas. Want to shut that down. And he's going to go for a 16 gas as well, so he wants to get early zergling speed. Get some early map control.
Yeah, proxy barracks on this map would be pretty crazy. Don't think we've ever seen that before. You don't really get to bunker the natural. You have to go right for the main if you want to do that. Plus, it's a 4-player map with a fairly long rush distance, so
yeah, get
greedy. Why not? Overlord gets lucky, scouts this right away, but this also lets skyhigH know exactly where Soulkey is, so he can send his SCV in the same direction.
Soulkey sees the barracks timing, knows exactly what kind of build it is. CC first.
That little Overlord, man.
So slow.
So slow. Used to be slower. Can you believe that?
I can't believe that, actually. I don't know how I lived.
I think just can't even believe that it used to be slower than that.
Yeah.
When they got buffed to go faster, I felt like, I was like, oh my god, they're so fast now. But even just looking at now years later, I'm like, actually, no, they're still really slow.
They're still really slow. Yeah, very, very normal sort of builds going in here.
Yeah, I mean, just everything very standard. On this map, obviously the drop play that you can do as a Terran is quite strong because that backdoor expansion, it's not exposed by ground, of course, but by drops. It's very exposed. A lot of excess error space back there for you to float around in. The third base, not as easy to hit, really, because you have to walk really far by ground to get to it. But it's kind of far from the natural, so something else to consider.
Sure. It's also a good map for mass mutas as well, with that pocket natural. If mutas get in decent number and Zerg maintains map control, he can do a lot of work with a lot of mutas.
Would you say the fourth base that's around towards the middle of the map, to the kind of to the north of the watchtower, is that the best fourth base to take, or do you like the fourth base to the 3? I would say the one in the middle, right?
You would never want to expand towards a Terran.
Yeah,
never
right?
Ever. It's forbidden. You should never do it. Even I mean, this is one of the biggest problems with this map is the fourth bases are so far away from everything else. This is probably why skyhigH chose this map as well. I mean, it's so hard to take a fourth and maintain it because a drop to the left of that fourth base and just run in at any time, start picking off drones, focus down the hatchery. There's so many things that could go wrong, and it's so hard to creep spread as well.
Imagine you drop, or you attack that fourth base with some medevacs, and then as the units come to defend, you just lift up and bounce towards that natural. I actually like that he's making the natural into a lair rather than his main base to get those extra hit points at that hatchery.
Yeah,
he also hides it, obviously, as well, from a scan.
Yeah, and he's actually still on 1 gas, which is interesting.
Look at this Banshee play coming out for skyhigH.
Yeah, this is a great map for it too, because the third base is very is kind of out there. it is hard to get decent creep spread out there as well. So Hellion Banshee going to do a lot of work on this map. Greater containing, greater harassment. But with this very, very fast lair, I feel like we're going to see very, very early mutas.
Yeah, and with a fast lair, it gives you fast overseers. So defending against Banshees is a lot easier. He's even going spores now.
Yeah, he's seeing exactly what's up here. Only 3 gas there. I kind of wish he made one more. There's no reason not to have a 4th gas at this point, and he's going to need it if he's going to go Mutalisks.
Yeah, I don't understand why not take it. Okay, he's taking it now. That lair is finished up. Just waiting for a few more minerals to get that Spire down.
He's going to want maybe a couple more Queens just to kind of deal with his Banshee once he sees it. I mean, Queens on the ramp aren't going to save you forever. Either there's going to be too many Hellions at one point, or there's going to be Banshee. Either way, you're going to have to move those Queens, and the Hellions are going to be able to get into the main. Bless you, Wolf.
Excuse me, man. I tried to pull the mic away, but that was a loud one.
You're fine.
So, yeah, the Banshees can actually eventually push through those Queens at the top of the ramp if he doesn't bring a Spore over.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't really want to be aggressive just yet. He brought the Banshee right back home, which is kind of interesting as well. He could have definitely applied more pressure at the front, could have tried to deny creep tumors, which is something very, very important on this map. And he could have even tried to go for a cancel on that 3rd base as well.
Yeah. He's got, again, a lot of Hellions. He commits to these Hellions, meaning he's going to go into Hellbats almost certainly as well. He really likes to make a ton of these. And just having those Banshees around is quite nice, because that's a lot of extra DPS. I mean, just one in this case, so he didn't decide to finish the second one, but it's a cool little utility unit you've got.
It's much better when it's out on the map. I don't know what it's going to do inside the base.
Yeah,
of the main.
I'm going to have to agree with you there. Perhaps he's scared of mutas.
Even sitting over the 4th base means a lot. But the way, I don't know, he just doesn't want to have that Banshee out there for some reason. Maybe he's got a plan for it, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. The Overseer kind of gets an idea of everything that's going on here. He knows for sure that it is going to be Bio. Scouting all those Raxes, which is something you have to do as a Zerg. You cannot just assume it's going to be Bio, then it happens to be Mech, because you're going to be in such a horrible position there. Completely different counters, completely different unit compositions.
The other thing to note about this game is Soulkey is really spreading his creep out there now with a ton of tumors. He's doing those lines out there.
Two creep queens this time, which makes a huge difference here.
And as he spreads it, they kind of spread exponentially faster, and he can spread it into 2 different directions, branch out, once he gets towards that, a little bit closer to that watchtower, he can send one up towards his 4th base, the other's down towards the Terran's base to get that extra vision denied.
4th base also going down for Soulkey. He kind of has map control, but I feel like it is because of skyhigH simply retreating to his main base and not kind of just maintaining it. It's such a weird thing to see. Usually you would see Hellions kind of at the edge of it, all creep, denying creep tumors as they get built. And while this is all happening, I mean, there's more harassment going on elsewhere with the Banshee perhaps. Banshee should be over the 4th base, canceling, trying to cancel it, trying to kill the drone, trying to make it. But we see nothing of that.
Yeah, he's really just playing very passively. But here comes a drop with Hellions.
This is cute, and I actually like this a lot, because you might as well try and get some bang for your buck with the Hellions.
I makes them into Hellbats.
I don't agree with that. Maybe keeping them as Hellions and just trying to run down the drones here. We're trying to one-shot as many as you can. But he's going to trade pretty well here, simply because the Zerg tried to trade with the Hellbat in between mineral patches.
Yeah, and also now he can unload these Marines and stave off the Mutalisks. That was a very well-executed drop, I have to say. Didn't get critical damage done, but getting an extra Mutalisk for free certainly makes it all right.
Yeah, that drop was pretty weird, and it was even weirder seeing how Link Bane going into Hellbats like that.
Uh-oh, he's going to fly right into these again. Almost loses another Mutalisk. That's down to got to be less than 10 hit points right there.
Absolutely, and we're going to see another drop here. Really taking huge advantage of this pocket natural here, and there's no defense whatsoever.
None whatsoever, man. Those Mutalisks are definitely not going to cut it. The rest of the Banelings, where are they? They're nowhere to be seen. Extractor goes down. Now he can be very happy he made that just into a lair. Baneling speed is done. Going to make this a little bit easier to defend.
And there we go. That's much better. Much better. Baneling connects there. No Hellbats to absorb much. And all these medivacs are going to go down as well as all the Bio.
Killed a Queen.
Meh.
Few drones. I would say not worth it.
Not worth it. Not for that commitment here. Soulkey maintaining the supply lead. 4th base up and nice and safe here. I feel like one of those medivacs should have gone to the 4th base to try and deny it, try and harass it, stop the drones from mining from there.
Yeah. I think I would have liked that, just spreading the units out a bit further. Here's the Banshee making her reappearance.
finally it is back in action.
A massive creep swipe there, but he's still not able to get all of it. And he turns around as he sees the Mulas are headed towards his third base. And it's incredible Soulkey's been able to hold on this fourth base with no harassment done to it whatsoever.
This is the Zerg dream on this map, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I mean, he's just gotten that totally for free. Yeah, he faced some harassment in the pocket natural, but his base has not been touched. This is the closest that skyhigH has ever gotten to it.
Oh, some big trades from the mines there. A little bit of a mistake there from Soulkey.
Yeah, I was actually scared. For a second, I thought that second one wasn't even active. He was going to get even more.
That could have got really gross here. No gases on the fourth base either. You will want that very, very soon, so we can either go to a critical mute account or
potentially Hive.
Yeah, you'd want to go to tier 3 at some point if it goes for too late. This map I would actually probably encourage at some point to go to tier 3. It's going to be a lot harder to kill on this map.
I mean, by tier 3, you're probably meaning ultraless, right? In this case.
Yeah, you'd want ultras. I mean, you can go broods as well in some cases, but
I just don't feel this is the map for it. You know. It's a bit open, and it
is a bit open, but it is vertical spawn. So I mean, like, you only have to go down. Is going to be a lot less chance of a lot more counterattacks.
I feel you. 3-3 started immediately here by skyhigH. He's really hitting the upgrades. He's up a whole set right now, and hopefully, if we see a similar situation to Game 1, he waits for that 3-3 instead of just jumping the gun and attacking before that's ready, because that makes such a huge difference. Every single unit does more damage. Why not wait? And again, Soulkey's fourth base still relatively untouched. 2 groups of units moving across the map right now. Widowmine hit something.
That hit so much.
Oh wow, that hit more than
God.
something. I don't even know what that got, but a lot.
Well, look at that bloodbath. That was
Zerglings.
That was
sure.
disgusting. I'm actually glad we didn't see that. Because
that would have given Moonglade nightmares for weeks.
Yeah, that would have been gross. But still, yeah, decent supplies for the Terran here. Great, decent supply lead. Sorry, it's actually a pretty impressive lead. He could make a move of it here, but he might want to just wait for 3-3. He's kind of near that timing again as well, but looks like he wants to start trading now.
Yep, going to go ahead and engage here. +2 for Mulas, almost ready. And again, a big bailing attack here.
Oh, 13.
And cancels the CC.
Oh, 23 SCVs go down and a CC.
It's time for skyhigH to attack now for sure.
He has to attack now.
There's still 43 bailings on the map, though.
Oh my
and that CC, he forced the cancel. Like, it wasn't canceled. He killed it as it was building.
Yeah, and I like this counterattack.
Train.
Beautiful counterattack here. It's going to be entirely up to skyhigH to do a lot of damage.
All right, a bunch of Banelings get some connects, mostly on Marauders, though, and that Banshee helped out a little bit. This Bioforce is still scary, but 3-3 isn't ready yet. You Widowmines helping here as well, and the splits, decent. That Thor's up at the front here. Oh, that was a great exchange there for skyhigH. Now he's actually, for the first time, really able to put some heavy pressure on the space. Attack from the side, though, coming in with a flank, and skyhigh's in trouble. His army is a bit out there. Does he have enough? No. Splitting those units? I don't think so.
Not a chance. Simply too much Soulkey at this point, and we might even see a game from this.
Yep.
60 supply lead for Soulkey. Third base is in shambles for skyhigH.
Yeah, and his fourth has got barely any mining. And he's now going to lose a few more of these units on the retreat. Army supply plummets for him here, and Soulkey just has so much reinforcing power with the economy he's got. The economy of skyhigH is so weak right now. Here comes the attack.
Oh!
Bunch of Banelings on the Thor, but it just doesn't matter.
I think that was actually a Widowmine. That was a disgusting one of that. But simply not going to be enough. There's just way too much Soulkey. The macro is just too good. And this should be game.
That should be game, man. He's going to lose the CC. And even if you look at the supplies and say, well, I mean, maybe he could come back. It's not that much. It's just the economy of Soulkey is going to allow him to max out over and over and over again so much faster. Look at the incomes under those supplies. 2,100 to 1,300, and the gas income. The only thing Soulkey's missing is 3-3, something he's probably working on right now. I want to see that production tab.
If he wants to, he can, but he doesn't have to. He could actually just kill at this point. We're seeing 21 Banelings being morphed, as well as Mutas and Zerglings.
Taking a 5th base.
Yeah, no 7th and 8th gas on the 4th, which is a bit surprising, but I guess he just really wanted to be focused on that mid-game. He really wanted to go for the kill with Mutiling Bane. And he essentially has at this point. It's going to be very, very hard for skyhigH to come back into this. He does have the upgrade advantage, but he has no 3rd base. He's down 2 bases, almost 3 at this point.
He's moving the main now down to his 3rd. Never able to secure a 4th. And this may just end the game. The Widowmine setup here is pretty good, though.
That was a gross hit. A second gross hit here. Soulkey not really microing anymore here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't have to still. He's still in such an advantageous position. There's no real way to lose.
Part of the reason why he might not have been microing is because he was pulling his drones away over here at the same time.
That could very well be it.
He just needs to get his units together, stabilize for a second, get closer to max, and then just hit this base hard. I feel like he could be using his Melis for a lot more harass right now because the bio army is so small. He could just fly around. It looks like he's going to do just that now that I mention it. Barely gets denied. Get a free units over here for free. Widowmine's not even burrowed. Splits a bit late.
Oh, it goes for the Marauders after all that. Oh, but every SCV is in huge trouble here.
Yep. SCVs, mules, what have you. So much damage. Now he's doubling the worker count, 71 to 35. More and more banelings being morphed. I mean, 71 drones worth of economy with this much gas coming in. He could even have more had he added just a few more of those extractors. He can make whatever he wants. He's just continuing to make banelings.
Yep, skyhigH just holding on because he knows he's going to the loser bracket if he drops this game.
These banelings are just not able to connect.
Yeah, just too many Marauders in the way, but it's nearly at a point where it doesn't matter anyway. There might be actually enough mutas at this point.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of Marines left anymore, and that's going to be it for sure. This should be GG, with the Lings coming now to support. Medevacs alone are not going to do the job.
There
GG.
we go, GG. And we finally have a Zerg winning a game, winning a match. Soulkey going to the winners match here.
Not only winning a match, but even winning that first game alone was the first step any Zerg really took to take a victory in this tournament.
And he's going to be going up against
going up in that winners match against Flash.
Oh, I can't wait to see this match.
Going to be a great TVZ. This is the match I think a lot of people would have liked to see next to Classic versus Flash, not knowing whether they'd see it for certain or not.
Yeah, a bit of a disappointing display from skyhigH. I mean, he could have done a lot more with what he had early on in that match, denying the 4th base with the Banshee, denying creep with the Hellions. Like, instead of bringing them back into your main base.
Yeah, sure.
That is so weird. I've never really experienced a Terran doing that to me. I wish they did, because then I'd have more creep spread and I'd have a safe 4th base. So.
Well, he definitely didn't even pressure the 4th at all within bio, even though it was out there very exposed, very far away.
Yeah.
He just wasn't really on point.
Just a little off there. So unfortunate. We got to see a little bit of him. Hopefully he'll play a little bit better against the Protoss. We'll have to wait and see.
Yep, he'll be playing Classic on that losers match. For that, though, we'll have our winners match, and even before that, we're going to have a quick commercial break. So we'll see you guys in just a few.